In either case, I just want to say a few things, especially for the old souls that are down here. Life was not meant to be easy. Okay, life here in 3D is the hardest ever to experience. All right. And even though a lot of the souls in the upper realities or in the higher dimensions wanted to come down here and experience a human avatar, we had a chance to do that, but we did it knowing that it would be very hard. However, upon coming here, due to the veil of forgetfulness, we completely forgot that the 3D realm was going to be extremely difficult. And the reason I say this is because I do read the comments, and I know that a lot of people are having a hard time, especially financial. A lot of people are fed up with the system, and it's normal. It's normal to want to just say, screw everything. All right. I completely understand, guys. It's normal to feel that way. But always remember that God is always purifying and testing the most powerful souls in the multiverse that are down here in human form. So the fact that you're down here and life is not easy for you should tell you that you are God's most powerful warrior. And that's the best way to say it. Okay. So, you know, our time is coming to rise, guys. Our time is coming to rise. Right. Which leads me to the first topic that I want to discuss, the upcoming solar flare event that is coming in the next couple of months. Okay. Many people are comparing it to a Carrington event times 10. So a lot of truthers, a lot of insiders have been predicting that 2025, we are going to be receiving some sort of a huge blast from the sun that could perhaps take out the grid. Okay. So how to prepare in the event that this happens in the next few weeks? Because this could happen before April and March, guys. Some people believe that the solar flash will be happening sometime at the end of February. I'm not going to give any dates, but we do know it's here. Okay. The best way to prepare is this: you should have water, you should have food for at least 2 weeks, not 10 days, 2 weeks. And more importantly, guys, you should be spiritually right with God. Are you living a type of life that is in alignment with spiritual principles? You should ask yourself that every morning upon waking up. You should be grounded, all right? You should be grounded in who you are. You should be well balanced. So it is important to be spiritually grounded because one of the biggest shifts in human consciousness is upon us, and we have to prepare for what's coming. So, one of the things to look forward to in the next few weeks as we go into spring of 2025 is one of the biggest coronal um, mass ejections that is about to take place, right? We call them CMEs. And this is already verifiable with huge dark spots that are being seen all over the sun. Some of these dark spots are so huge that they are as big as continents, or as big as several Earths put together. I'm sorry, not continents, several Earths, about 100 Earths put together could fit in some of these dark spots. That's how huge these dark spots are. So, what does it mean when a sun has all these dark spots? Well, that means that the sun is about to switch its polarity. Okay, our sun is also undergoing transformation. Right, there are different stages that our sun travels through before it becomes an ascended being as well. So our sun is currently a yellow sun, and it is transitioning into what is known as a white sun. And a white sun is a type of energy source that five-dimensional or fifth-dimensional and six-dimensional civilizations use. Okay, which means that our sun is about to become a white sun. Okay, it's no longer going to be a yellow sun. So this transformation that is about to take place, that is going to affect the entire solar system, is only happening by virtue of the transformation that is going on within our sun. So it is reflected, right, according to the holographic concept of reality, that is reflected on each and every single one of us, but not only us, it's reflected on every living thing. So the entire solar system, all the beings on planet Earth are about to go through this transformation. Now, I have revealed that there's going to be three solar flashes as we approach 2027. Okay, 2027, 2028. That is when the bifurcation of timelines happens. Okay, that's right now there is a coexistence of multiple Earth realities happening all at the same time, right? But very, very soon they're going to go into three different timelines, separated from one another. Depending on your vibration, that will determine in which timeline you guys end up in. But bear in mind that this solar event that many people have been talking about, including within the scientific realm, right? Astrophysicists, geologists, they're all preparing for what's going to be happening in the next month or two with this blast that is going to be coming from the sun. The government knows about it, all right? That's why the government's been building underground bunkers, okay? Including, CEOs of big tech. They all know what's happening. And they think that by going into the underground, they think that the solar flash is not going to affect them. Little do they know. The solar flash will be penetrating deep into the Earth's layers. So it'll affect everyone and everything. So what's going to be happening in the next few months is going to be the first waivers of activators. Okay, this is where some of you are going to be waking up with these superhuman abilities, and that's going to be the first waivers. Okay, so that's what happens when the sun releases massive gamma ray radiation, and that radiation is what actually mutates this DNA at a cellular level. All right. I just saw a movie yesterday that reminded me of that. Right, Captain America. Right. When you think of the concept of the Hulk, how Bruce Banner was able to transform into the Hulk was because his body was absorbing a lot of gamma ray radiation. Well, that's what's happening right now, but it's happening to all of us. And no, guys, we're not going to wake up and look like a green giant full of muscles. Right. That's just Marvel for you. This is going to affect everyone differently, you know, but it's definitely going to transform you into something else. Okay, your crystalline body is about to be activated for those that are part of the first waivers. Okay, so it's best to be prepared. You know who you are, right? I know you guys have been feeling like something big is about to happen and your body's going to all of a sudden change overnight, right? And it's okay to have those feelings. You're probably experiencing a lot of sleep, right? Sleeping throughout the day, taking a lot of naps. Or in reversal of that, you're probably not getting enough sleep at night, like me. All right. There's times where I can't sleep for hours. I only sleep 3 hours a night sometimes, and I wake up the next morning and it's like I can't sleep throughout the day. So those are all signs. Those are all physical symptoms that our body is mutating from a carbon-based molecular structure into a crystalline-based molecular structure. Now, I do appreciate all the love. I see all the hearts and all the comments. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for all your support. And I appreciate you guys hitting the like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For those that are new to my channel, I do want to welcome you guys. This is an open forum. This is an all-inclusive platform where everyone is welcome, right? Because part of living in a fifth dimensional world is that we learn to live in harmony and in cooperation with one another, despite our beliefs and our opinions. It's okay to agree to disagree. Okay, so that's why I like this community, because this is an example of what a fifth dimensional Earth reality is all about. We put our differences aside and we come together in harmony. Okay, we come together in harmony, and that's what's happening on planet Earth through us. Okay, in fact, we are building the new Earth, right? All of your efforts are not being unnoticed. All of your fruits are about to be ripped, right? For all of you guys that have done so much good in service to others, you have lived a life in service to others. All that stuff is coming back to you tenfold, and in like manner, you know, for the deep staters and the cabal, all of the stuff that they've done, it's also going to be coming back to them tenfold, right? As we witness the fall and the exposure of the cabal. So, going back to what's happening right now, the first waivers are about to be activated. Okay. And then sometime in 2026, we're going to have, or maybe even at the end of this year, I'm not sure, but we are going to have a second blast from the sun that is going to activate the second waivers. And then finally, sometime in 2027, we should have the third blast of the sun that is going to activate or at least upgrade everyone else, including the programmed or the people that are still following the program, right? Like I said, everyone is going to be upgraded, but there's going to be different levels of upgrades. Not everyone's going to have the same abilities, right? The most oldest of souls are going to be the most powerful ones, right? So it's going to be very similar to olden days, right? You have the gods of Olympus, then you had the demigods, then you had the wizards, and then you had the humans, the regular humans. So it's going to be like that again, right? And this corresponds to the Terra Earth reality, right? Where the Earth Terrans that go into the fourth dimension, they're going to be able to live for a few hundred years, but they're still going to be dependent on external technology, right? They're not going to have any, they're not be able to use their inner software yet until they're ready for that. And yes, this means that we in the fifth dimension are going to be assisting them and mentoring them, right? We're going to be their you could say their teachers. And this also correlates with the restoration of the ancient mystery school teachings, bringing it back to how it was in ancient times, where all of a sudden academies of light, Melchizedek schools are going to be dotting the earth everywhere. Once again, the capstone of the great Egyptian pyramid will be turned on, right? The capstone is going to be lit, right? Signifying that we are in the age of Aquarius, and all of the knowledge that the ancients had will be returning back to the surface world. And as a result of that, we are going to be seeing the ending of organized religion. Well, if you think about how organized religion is part of the old paradigm, you know, with the collapsing of the old guard, with the collapsing of the current paradigm structure, right? Everything is going to change. Organized religion, dogmatic, the scientific community, even science has become dogmatic, right? Only accepting what is tangible, right? All of that stuff is going to go away. And what we're going to be seeing is a refusion of spirituality and science, So that is something great to look forward to. The time is almost here, guys. We are at the finish line. This is not a time to give up. This is not a time to say, you know, drop your baton and let's just call it quits. No, guys, this is the time to give full force and give 100%. Right? We are almost there. Okay. So another thing I want to talk to you guys about is that the Galactic Alliance does not want to be our saviors. They don't want to be looked at as gods, right? They are seeing us as their equal. But technically, because they know that we have a greater genetic potential than they do, they see us as their superiors in the future sense. Let's just say it like that. Okay. So the Galactic Alliance is here not to do the work for us. They're only assisting us as they do work with the White Hats and the Earth Alliance from behind the scenes to defeat the cabal, to expose the evil, and bring forth a better society. That's all they could do. But we have to do the work, guys. We have to do the inner work. Okay. We have to do the spiritual stuff, the meditations, setting the intentions, the visualizations. How many of you guys do visualizations on a daily basis? This is what I teach my students in my Ascension Basics and, of course, Ascension 2.0. It's not just me giving them, metaphysical knowledge about the quantum realm and how to quantum shift and how to, manipulate reality and how to ascend, but I also teach them techniques and methods, the most advanced techniques and methods in order to achieve those states of awareness so that we are co-creators as well. This is beautiful. We are living in the best times ever in the history of planet Earth. And I want you guys to know that the Galactics are here assisting us, but they're not going to show themselves until we're ready. Okay. And that's why I believe that sometime this year, as they release the classified information, that is going to take us one step further into being ready to meet our galactic brethren. Okay. Um, right now, the Ashtar Command, Sharon Ashtar, and the United Federation of Worlds, that is being headed by Commander Corridor, and of course, Commander Valiant Thor is a big part of that association, are very pleased to know that we have made it this far. Okay, they are excited to meet us in the flesh, to meet us in person, and they know that that time is coming very, very soon. Again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. First contact is projected to happen by 2026. Or it could be sooner. It could be sometime this year, but by no later than 2026. Let's just leave it like that. All right. This week, perhaps, if things accelerate, we could even have first contact this week. But overall, is that first contact is imminent. Okay, first contact is imminent with our galactic brethren. And one of the things that you guys need to know about is that these unauthorized genetic programs that were part of a super federation have been dismantled. Okay, they were dismantled in the last 2 years by the Galactic Alliance. So now the genetic programs that were not in alignment with the original blueprint, right, of the Adamic angelic race, which is what we are no longer operating anymore. Okay, the Super Federation, which consisted of 22 different genetic unauthorized, I can't even say that, unauthorized programs, has been disbanded or has been dismantled. I'm sorry, and they no longer are, using us as farm cattle anymore. Okay, they're no longer experimenting with our genes. As of a year and a half ago, I believe 2024, the beginning of 2024, that's when the Galactic Alliance put a stop to all the unauthorized genetic experimentations that have been going on. Okay, so that means no more abductions against women's will or man's will, because even men used to get abducted. No more cattle mutilation. No more experimenting with our animals. None of that. All that stuff has been, again, eliminated, which is a very good thing. Okay, so we, the Earth delegates within the Secret Space Program, have been given full responsibility with what happens in the Earth now. Okay, they gave that responsibility to Solar Warden. Solar Warden is you could say, it is the secret space program that is going to be using Space Force to roll out all of the advanced exotic interplanetary technology. So you could say that Space Force is like a front. Space Force is a front to Solar Warden. Solar Warden is the real breakaway group that has already had access to interplanetary and stellar technology. And that means replicators, teleportation devices, free energy devices, holographic regenerators, med beds, just to name a few. All of that exotic technology that they've been using in the private sector is going to be funneled into our society, introduced to the surface world, which is the humans, through Space Force. And that is underway. So that's another thing that the Commander Valiant Thor wanted me to share with you guys this evening, is that the technology is going to be released to the Earthlings. All right, it is being already done for behind the scenes. So at this point, it is important that each and every single one of you begins to integrate and merge with your oversoul. Your oversoul is all of your incarnations, all of your lifetimes, all put into one. Okay, you need to begin to integrate with that, align with your angels, align with your highest version of yourself, in order to help bring in this new earth and help to anchor in these higher versions of yourself, if you can. It's not that hard, guys. It just takes willpower and meditation. That's it. And of course, visualization. Visualization comes a long way. Okay. So the message for everyone here today is to begin to anchor in your oversoul into the 3D. And that includes connecting all of your entities that exist in other realities and assembling them all into one big energy self, which is what you are. And then you bring that into the here and the now. Okay. And that is the true meaning of ascension, by the way. That is the true meaning of ascension, is integrating and anchoring in every version of yourself, every aspect of yourself, so that you could become your oversoul in physical form. Therefore, you guys have to start doing all this like as soon as tonight. If you guys could begin to meditate, begin to invoke your oversoul, which embodies every version of yourself, and begin anchoring in all of that and fusing it into the earth right now. This is going to speed up the process of the ascension for the collective, for planet Earth, for everyone to ascend into the new Earth. Okay, because time is of the essence. Okay, time is of the essence. This is the real ending of the Mayan calendar. 2025 is the year of transition. Okay, so make sure you guys bring all of that into your chakras, into your heart, and then into the inner earth, inside the earth. Okay, like roots going into the earth. Anchor that. So that's my suggestion for every single one of you, is to begin doing that as of tonight. As of tonight. Now, all right, guys. Before I take Q&A, I do have another piece of information that I need to share with you guys. We actually have to command our spirit and visualize to make it go to the next dimension. It is like we vibrate at the level we will end up in. And so the more you imagine going past the veil, going through the gates of heaven and ascending, something like that is what is going to put us on that path and timeline. We make it happen with will the veil. Okay? Limitless top into God's. Okay, limitless top into God's throne. Go through the door of Jesus, hook up with ETs, and contact the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Andromedans. Okay, the Greys can no longer move into your consciousness. By the way, okay, neither can AI nor the Draco. Watch out for the Greys moving into your consciousness when you guys do that, and you won't even know. It's like they break through you. They break through you. They need to throw it out. They are already sneaky. So yeah, that is the message right now, is to command your spirit and visualize it to make it go to the next dimension. So yeah, it is like we vibrate at the level we will end up. And so the more you imagine going past the veil, sorry, the best you can imagine going past the veil, going through the gates of heaven and ascending, something like that is what is going to put us on the path and timeline. We will make it happen. Right? When we all move forward into different dimensions, do we all share the same time and place at this planet, but live different lives? That's a very good question. Let me see if I can rewind it so I can pin it. This is a question from Matt Lakemba. He says, when we all move forward into different dimensions, do we all share the same time and space and place on this planet, but live different lives? I don't understand how this works. All right, the best way to just answer that question is, there is a phenomenon in science called superposition. What superposition indicates is that things can exist in multiple states at the same time. Okay, this is how all the dimensions exist. They're all around us. It's just that we don't interact with them because they're vibrating at a different frequency. So when we transition into the fourth, fifth, or sixth year, depending on which dimension you end up in, you're going to still be existing, but you're going to be vibrating at a different frequency than those that are in the fourth year. Let's say you go to the fifth year, and your family members go to the fourth year. They're still going to be existing. I'm sorry, you're going to still be existing in their world, but you're going to have access to the fifth dimensional world. They won't have access to that. So you'll be able to pop into their reality. So it's all going to exist in the same space at the same time, but on different vibrational frequencies. That's the best way to explain multidimensionality. It's called superposition. Look up quantum physics superposition, and that's exactly how a quantum computer works, right? They use qubits, as opposed to a transistor, right? That is binary. A quantum computer can exist in multiple places at the same time. They can be both negative and positive, and multiple of those all at the same time. So that's exactly how dimensions are. They're all around us, but they're just operating on different frequencies. But it's all occupying the same space. So as I speak right now, as I'm doing this, my hand is going through other dimensions where there are advanced civilizations that are using this space right here as an intergalactic highway, right? But in my reality, it's my office. Does that make sense? On a different vibrational frequency, this right here in front of me is an intergalactic highway. There you go. That's the best way to describe it. I do have a super chat from MJF. Welcome, welcome. Ishmael, will Ascension after the solar flash free us from Soul Trap system? Yeah, absolutely. Once the ascension takes place, all of the contracts, all of the traps, anything that is holding us back is going to be dissolved. We don't have to worry about that anymore, guys. Okay? How do you think living in the fifth dimension would change our perspective on relationships and community? This is a question from Galactic Jedi Shauna. Welcome, Galactic Jedi Shauna. The best way to answer this question is well, first of all, in order to even live in the fifth dimensional world, your entire perception has to change from what it is right now, from what it currently is. Okay. Secondly, if you are in the fifth dimension, um, your relationships and your community is not going to change. The only thing that's changing is you. Okay. You're going to have access, like I said, people in the fifth dimension are going to be able to pop into the fourth dimension at will. All right. So you're still going to have access to the fourth dimensional or the fourth dimensional community and relationships. So that's the best way to answer the question. Again, a lot of you guys ask me very similar questions, but those are very good questions. Are the other aspects of our soul aware of the merging? This is a question from Seven Alley Cats, and the answer to that is yes, especially the higher vibrational versions of you, because they know what you don't know in the 3D. In the 3D, it's like we don't know anything, right? As we go into higher dimensions, it's like we know more. So yes, those versions of yourself know that there's going to be a collapsing, right, a conversion of dimensions, and therefore they know that you're going to be integrating into the here and the now. So they do know. Yes, they do. Let's see. All right, guys, are you guys ready to meditate? Let's relax and sit in a comfortable position. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few deep breaths, and I am going to invoke Archangel Metatron and Michael, as well as all of our higher selves, to be with us at this time. And the whole purpose of this meditation is to bring in the new earth reality faster than later, because we are ready for the new earth. We all want to live a life of freedom, abundance, and be able to just be ourselves and our authentic self. All right, so let's start by taking a few deep breaths. Now, I want you guys to visualize, not just those that are watching it on the live, but those that are going to watch it on the replay. I want you guys to visualize your own version of heaven on earth. Come on, guys, let's use our visualization. Begin to imagine what you would think or what you would like heaven on earth to be like. Let's all do it together. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale slowly and exhale slowly. Now, in addition to visualizing what each and every single one of you would like a new heaven on earth to be like, I also want you guys to engage your senses. I want you guys to not only visualize it, but to feel, use your feelings to already be living in that reality where you have everything that you want. You're living your ideal life, your ideal partner, your abundance, your freedom, your activating of your dormant DNA, giving you your superhuman abilities. I want you guys to feel what it's like to have all that already, where you are no longer limited, but you are fully empowered and fully sovereign. I want you guys to also engage your senses Smell the aroma in the air. Smell the tropical, beautiful sun year round. I want you guys to hear the peace and the harmony all around you that silence the war machines where there is no more war. I want you guys to sense the joy of all the people of the earth coming together in oneness with no more conflict or differences. So let's engage our senses, living in a state of unity consciousness, one sisterhood and brotherhood of mankind, united as one. Take a few deep breaths. Now, I want you guys to put your attention in your heart. Let's focus in your heart right now. All right, your heart is your central sun. And I want you guys to see your heart expand unconditional love all around you. Let it penetrate your room, your house, depending on where you're at. See it surrounding your entire city, engulfing your state, your country, and now all of us together, our collective heart is engulfing the entire planet Earth. And let's take a few deep breaths with that. We're feeling the entire planet with unconditional love, vibration, to transmute all negativity and unwanted energies that are still holding us back from a new earth, from a heaven on earth reality. Transmute anything that is still holding that back. Excuse my neighbor's dog. Try to ignore that. Thank you. I guess he heard me. All right, I want you guys to bring in the solar flash with me. All right, guys? How are we going to bring the solar flashes? We're going to use our higher self here. Okay? I want you guys to visualize a huge blast from the sun, the biggest one ever, being exerted from the sun and just coming into the earth to purge all that is wicked and evil and to upgrade the righteous. All right, let's all visualize that together at this time. Let's bring in the solar flash. That's going to eliminate all of evil and purify the righteous. Now, I want you guys to feel what it's like to be fully illuminated with all of that gamma ray frequency penetrating every fiber of your being, activating every cell of your being. Okay? And then also engage your senses. Engage your senses. Now, feel free to continue this on your own if you guys want. Hold this space for the solar flash.